Let's kick off this explainer. If you've been putting in the hours at the gym, but you're still struggling to shake that soft, kind of skinny fat physique, well, I've got some pretty great news for you. The true secret to fixing your metabolism, it actually isn't about logging more grueling hours on the treadmill. Nope. In fact, mastering exactly what happens right before you go to sleep, that's where the real magic happens.
So here is our game plan to build your customized 5-step metabolism reset blueprint today. We're going to cover 1. The skinny fat saboteur, 2. Reverse engineering your timeline, 3. Kitchen close and reset walk, 4. Building muscle while resting, and finally 5. The ultimate recovery chamber. Let's dive right in.
All right, section 1, the skinny fat saboteur.
Let's just be honest for a second, okay? Have you caught yourself blaming aging or maybe just bad genetics for your lack of progress? Look, it's incredibly common to look in the mirror, feel completely frustrated, and just point the finger at things you think you can't control. We've all been there. But here is the hard truth. The battle, it's often lost before you even close your eyes. Your nighttime habits are likely, and entirely unknowingly, sabotaging literally all the hard work you put in during the day. Just one single night of poor sleep completely scrambles the hormones that control your feelings of hunger and fullness. And worse, it actively blocks the muscle recovery your body desperately needs to stay lean. So the bottom line here is that if you aren't managing your nights, your days at the gym are just fighting a massive uphill battle. Okay, moving on to section 2, reverse engineering your timeline. Grab a pen and a piece of paper right now. Seriously, grab one because we are going to build this routine from the ground up completely based on your personal biology. At the very bottom of your page, I want you to write down your absolute target bedtime. For the sake of this explainer today, we're going to use 10:30 p.m. as our concrete example. Establishing this firm anchor at the very end of your day, that's the absolutely crucial first step to actually working with your body's natural repair cycles, instead of constantly fighting against them. Which brings us to section 3, kitchen close and reset walk. So, to completely eliminate those mindless, unintentional calories we all tend to snack on while watching TV, you need a firm cutoff. We're going to calculate exactly 2.5 hours backward from your target bedtime. For our 10:30 p.m. sleeper, that creates a strict kitchen-closed mandate right at 8 p.m. And there is a strict biological reason for this 2.5-hour gap. Just look at this beautifully animated comparison we have here. Eating right before bed forces your body to digest heavy calories instead of actually resting. It is exactly like hiring a night shift cleaning crew for a massive office building and then literally throwing garbage all over the floor right as they clock in. You are completely wasting their time. So to enforce this cutoff, we implement the post-dinner reset walk. This happens right before the kitchen closes. It's an immediate transition activity, so you don't just migrate straight from the dinner table to the couch. Now, let me be very, very clear here. This is a slow, 10-minute casual stroll. There is absolutely no sweating, no running, and definitely no suffering involved. We absolutely do not want to spike your stress hormones right now. This gentle movement perfectly prepares your body for the upcoming recovery phase by triggering 3 amazing physiological responses. First, it keeps your blood sugar super stable. Second, it kickstarts the digestion of the dinner you literally just ate. And third, it actively brings down your evening stress levels. It's a super simple habit, but it has a massive compounding return on investment. All right, section 4, building muscle while resting. The anabolic recovery state is essentially a biological construction site. Think of it like this. Uninterrupted sleep acts as the construction crew, and the daily protein you eat, that provides the essential bricks. Without the protein bricks, your crew has absolutely nothing to build with. And without the sleeping workers, those bricks just sit there doing a whole lot of nothing. You've got to have both to maintain that highly active muscle tissue that keeps your metabolism elevated. So you better take inventory of your daily protein before that 8 o'clock p.m. kitchen cutoff hits. Back on our master timeline, we now need to handle mental preparation. Subtract exactly 1 hour from your 10:30 p.m. bedtime. Write down 9:30 p.m. as screens off. During this specific time block, you absolutely must substitute phone time with an analog activity, like reading a physical book or maybe doing some light stretching. I know, it is incredibly easy to fall into the trap of checking just one more notification. But remember this, the light from your phone literally acts as digital caffeine for your eyes. It stimulates your brain and drastically delays its transition into a deep sleep phase. The absolute most effective way to handle this? Actually physically plug your phone into charge in a completely different room. You need to create a physical barrier to disconnect from that digital stress. And finally, section 5,
the ultimate recovery chamber.
For the final piece of our timeline, this step happens exactly 15 minutes before your target sleep time. So at 10:15 p.m., your one and only job is to configure your physical bedroom environment for maximum recovery.
Just think about the stark contrast in this high-quality photo comparison we've got right here. On the left is your typical setup, right? Bright lights, a warm room, maybe a glowing TV. But on the right is what your biology actually demands for effortless deep sleep, a minimal, sensory-deprived environment. You need to drop the room temperature so it stays cool, block out all those ambient light sources, and eliminate any erratic background noise. You are basically engineering a dark, cool cave. This reversed engineered schedule is your new customized metabolic blueprint, and I challenge you to run this exact protocol as a 30-day experiment. The real results come from consistency, not absolute day one perfection. I promise you, within a few weeks, you will see highly measurable physical improvements. You'll be waking up without that stubborn morning bloat, you'll experience drastically reduced junk food cravings, and you'll have significantly more energy for your workouts. Remember, the physical transformation you actually want doesn't happen under the stress of the gym weights. The workout is simply the signal. The real change, that happens quietly during the long recovery periods of the night. So tape this new timeline to your fridge tonight, set your alarms, and ask yourself, are you ready to finally build the resilient body you deserve? Thanks for joining me on today's Explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.